Now that 2024 is over, it's time to look into the future at 2025, and here are my predictions on what I see the greater Seattle market evolving into for 2025. First of all, this is probably the easiest prediction that I hope I'm right on. I expect there to be more home sales than what we saw in 2024. Now, I know nationally we hadn't seen this low of a home sale figure since the mid-90s. So the popular belief is that we can only really go one direction from here. I think the same is true for our region, so I expect to see more home sales in 2024. As far as inventory goes, I expect it to be pretty similar to 2024, maybe a little more. I think that depends on what mortgage rates do and what that does, bringing more sellers out of hibernation there. But either way, I don't expect a strong deviation one way or the other in terms of inventory, with it being either a significant increase or decrease. I think for the most part, we'll kind of see the same trends played out that we saw in 2024. Because of that, I expect price growth to be marginal. I don't expect it to be anything substantial. I definitely don't expect to see values go down. So I think we'll just see this manageable rate of home price growth, 3, 4, 5%, probably somewhere in that area. It's going to depend on where you live, of course, but something very manageable. And finally, the big variable is interest rates. Now, these have remained persistently higher, certainly much longer than I and many other people who study this more closely would have believed. I think that we're still going to see interest rates remain in the mid sixes is my guess. You know, it might drop into like the low sixes. There might be periods where it's in the high sixes, but I think overall we're gonna average out in that mid 6% range. Rates historically just don't drop like a rock. They'll rise like a rocket, but drop like a feather is the bad joke. So I think it's just gonna be 2 steps down, 1.5 steps back as they gradually go lower. But I don't think we're gonna see a huge decrease in 2025.